G'day guys, Steve with Broken Sprocket. In this video I'm going to put up 15 tips and tricks to save you thousands of dollars on your dirt bike ownership and maintenance. So let's get started. Owning dirt bikes can be expensive, and the most expensive thing on your dirt bike is the engine. Now if this fails, it can cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. So the only thing that's going to save your engine from failure is engine oil. And you must change this very regularly. These modern 4-stroke dirt bikes only hold around 1 litre of oil, so it must be changed very regularly. If you don't know how to change your oil, I have 3 videos on my YouTube channel on how to change oil. 2 on a 4-stroke and 1 on a 2-stroke. This will save you thousands of dollars, and it's not that difficult to do. Don't have an exhaust plug for when you're cleaning your bike and don't want water to go into your exhaust? Easy, just use some duct tape. It's cheap and works just as well. Have black rims on your bike that are a bit scratched up and worn out? Simply get a permanent black marker. Go over the scratches. It doesn't give a perfect finish, but it certainly does tidy them up. And also along the edge where the tyre runs the paint away, just simply go along with your black texture and tidy that area up. Are you the type of rider that likes lots of bling on your bike? Anodized parts and aftermarket accessories can be very expensive. Luckily for me and you, lots of dirt bikes come with lots of aluminium parts on them. All you need to do is spend some time shining them up to a mirror finish, and that's basically free bling. I have a video where I tidied up a beaten up old swing arm in my video library. Check that out and see how I brought this beaten old swing arm up to a mirror finish and showroom condition for basically zero money. Have you got some old beaten up, worn out hand grips that need to be replaced, but when you look on the other side of the bike, it's still good? Well, here's one cheap way on how to save money on hand grips. Always buy cheap black hand grips on eBay, just the cheap ones, or whatever's on special if there's some on special at the shop, and only replace the grip that needs replacing and put the other one back in the bag for next time. Now that side needs the side that doesn't have the accelerator, so these two are both accelerator ones, so they just go back in the bag until the accelerator one needs replacing. And I'll pull the new one out that's for the side that doesn't have the accelerator, and I'll actually have 3 spare accelerator ones, but eventually you'll use the accelerator ones and not use the other one. So you just keep replacing just the one that you have at any time, and that will save you lots of money over a long period of time on hand grips. This here is a quick and easy way to change the hand grips on your dirt bike without having to use wire or any kind of special glues. Simply cut the old hand grip off with a razor blade. Clean the handlebars with a wire brush and a clean rag ready for the new hand grip. Use clear spray paint in a can and just spray on the inside of your hand grip. Then put the hand grip onto the handlebar in the position that you like. This will act as a lubricant, making it easy for the hand grip to slide onto the handlebar, and it will also act as a glue, so you don't have to use wire to grip onto your hand grips to make it stick to the handlebars. It will just act like glue. And because it's clear spray paint, it doesn't matter what color your handlebars are or your hand grip, because it will not show up in any way. Fork seals are an area of a bike that need to be maintained fairly regularly. I use one of these little gadgets here that clean out the fork seals. I'll just show you quickly how that works. Firstly, pop the outer dust cover down. You just simply get a screwdriver, pry it, pop it down. Now you have access to your inner fork seal, which sits up here somewhere. So just simply pop this on, go into the seal, drag it around, you'll see some oil pop out. And that there is cleaned out. You can actually see the amount of filth and dirt and grime that has come out of that seal, and these seals aren't leaking, so they're still good, but this will damage your fork seals. And you also do the bottom dust seal with the piece at the bottom. Again, lots of dirt and grime. Just clean any excess oil that has dripped out and grime and dirt off with a clean rag. Pop your fork seal back into place and job is done. If you do happen to have blown fork seals, I do have a video in my video library on how to rebuild these forks completely, so that may be able to help you out. Here's a tip on what to do with your fork seal cleaner if you have this particular type. If you're going away for a weekend with some mates or going for a long trip and you're not going to be at home to get this out of your toolbox, I'll show you what to do with it. Don't put it in the toolbox and forget about it. You can't clean your forks from there. If you're going for a long period of time or a really long ride, simply remove this from the little cartridge, pop it onto your top section of your forks, and it's there for you to clean your forks out on those long weekends or trips away. Let's say you're going for a ride on the weekend and you've noticed that your fork seals are leaking and the fork seals do need replacing because a cleanup won't fix it. Here's a simple trick on how to get your forks to stop leaking for possibly one ride. It is only a temporary fix and is only good for one ride, and you will need to get your suspension resealed and repaired. Simply pop your fork seal cap down, place some grease around the edge of your fork and compress your fork springs until the grease goes up into where the fork seal is. Then replace your dust cap. This will prevent the oil coming out of your forks only temporarily for probably one ride only, until you have enough time to get your bike fixed properly. When cleaning your airbox, if you don't have one of those special airbox plugs that stop water entering past where your air filter would be, I have a simple trick for you. Simply remove your air filter. Get any kind of plastic bag that will fit around your air filter. Wrap your air filter with the plastic bag. Get the screw that goes through the bag and plug and put it back into your bike. Now with the bag around the air filter, it acts as good as one of those water dams that stops you getting water past the air filter. I wouldn't go mad with a gurney or pressure washer or anything like that on this bag because you could possibly tear it with that high pressure. But it is good enough for like splash, or just give it a light clean inside your airbox and water will not pass through. Let's say you're way out on the trails and you've come upon a flat tyre. Carry a 21-inch spare tube with you. Only carry a 21-inch because it will do the front tyre. And in emergency situations, it can also be used for a rear tyre. This saves on a lot of stuff that you need to carry with you. A 21-inch will get you out of trouble until you can get back home or to your truck or your car or wherever it is that you've got another spare tube. But just take the 21-inch with you, it will get you out of trouble. Tightening your axle bolt and having troubles getting your axle to hit up against these axle blocks, simply get a rag, put it in between your chain and your sprocket, back it up. Now that will push the axle up tight against the chain block so that you can tighten up your axle. It also frees up both of your hands so you can balance your bike and give the correct tension. I do have another video, a more in-depth video on chain adjustment. Just head to my video library for that one. So your dirt bike plastics aren't coming up with as good a shine as you were hoping for. Spray a little bit of WD-40 on them. Rub it in, and this should bring them back up to their former glory. Another WD-40 hack. If you're going riding and it's going to be a really muddy day with lots of mud, instead of letting all your mud build up into big chunks, making your bike heavy and really hard to clean at the end of the day, simply get some WD-40, spray it on the underside areas where all the mud will build, and as you ride, the mud will just fall off and keep your bike nice and light and also make it easier to clean. Here's a tip for your lever positioning. Move your levers inside on your handlebars too much. If they're too far out and your lever is more out here, when you hit the ground or fall off your bike, the first thing to hit will be your lever, giving more chance of it damaging. So if it goes to the inside, the first thing that should hit is your handlebars, hopefully saving your levers. Do not over tighten your levers. If they're too tight on the perch, when you do hit the ground, the lever won't be able to roll. Hopefully this will stop your perch from breaking or your lever. So just have it so it's tight enough so they don't move, but you can give them a hit and move them back into place if they do happen to roll when you fall off. If you do happen to snap your lever and it's only halfway or so, do not throw your lever away. So don't throw a broken lever away. Just get a piece of fuel line that's for a car or so that will slip over the end of your lever. Push it up as far as you can and leave some at the end so that the sharp piece isn't going to protrude. This here will save you from being stabbed from that lever, and it will also be a good emergency lever. If you snap your lever, say here at the track, and it ruins your day, at least you know you have a spare one that will get you out of trouble for the rest of the day. Throw it in your toolbox along with all the other spare levers and spare parts that you take to the track with you, and then that way they're there for an emergency. Hey, watch this video next, or go to the Broken Sprocket video library and choose another top video. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. After all, it's for free and guaranteed to make your day 20% better. If you're already a subscriber and you're having a bad day, just think it could have been 20% worse. You can also follow Broken Sprocket on Instagram. So, I'll see you in the next video.